Right, welcome to Film My Run. Welcome to Swanage in Dorset. And it's 5 to 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just a little update we've heard from out on the course. Whilst we still have around 8 or 9 Nordic walking marathon walkers out there, the very first ultra runner is about a mile away. So
I was just about to tell you that.
As soon as I see him, I'd like to ask you just if you could, just to pop over and cheer him across that line, because he would have done 54 miles. In the day.
So, I was just about to tell you all this.
We are checking
Paul
out
Beechy has been in the lead since the first minutes of the race. We've tried to follow him all around, but he's literally been too fast for us.
Big right at the top there says finished, means you've done it.
Let's just watch this Nordic walker coming in.
Well done, says she's still smiling. That's good.
So Paul Beechy is on his way. He's less than a mile away. He's just coming down round the corner over there, down at the bottom of the hill. He's made it all the way up that ridge for the second time today, and he's going to be crossing the line just behind us in about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes time. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to face the finish line, and hopefully there'll be a few people to cheer him in. There is a 5k starting at 6 o'clock, so in a couple of hours time. Until then, we're going to just watch people cross the finish line. And hopefully I won't get a YouTube strike for copyrighted music, which you will no doubt hear on the stream. Ah! If you weren't here earlier, we did film the cake stand and the goodies stand there with your t-shirts and your mugs and your fantastic runners cards over there. And here's where you get your number for the marathon, the 10k tomorrow, and the 16 miler. People don't want to walk in front of the camera. It's fine, you can walk in front of the camera. All the people in purple are people who've done the Nordic walks today. There's been a 16-mile Nordic walk and a 26-mile Nordic walk. Following the route of the marathon, the Nordic walk 26-miler. Quite a few of those have already finished, and quite a few of them are still to come in. So we'll follow them as they cross the line as well. But Paul Beechy, first place in the Ultra, 54 miles he's done. Well, he's done 53 by now. He is under a mile away, and he'll be here in the next few minutes.
I did go to the toilet, I was desperate. I did, yeah, okay, that might be it. So what did you do yesterday? I'm here about 10. Oh, are you? Wow. Yeah. So great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Peter Lemon, hello, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you too.
Paul will be here momentarily. There doesn't look like there's many people here at the moment, but that's because most Nordic walkers are done and gone, I think. And there are literally only about 13 or so runners in the Ultra. Tomorrow it will be a lot more busy here. A lot more runners, a lot more people cheering runners on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am actually. I'm only here for
Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be dark by the time the last lecture comes in, so
We've got another Nordic walker about to finish. Copyrighted music is the bane of my life on live streams. Constantly having to write to YouTube to say, please don't give me a copyright strike. The music was in the background, it wasn't me, it's nothing to do with me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it's approaching 4 o'clock. So Paul is just about 8.5 hours now for his whole run, so he's going to be 8:33, 8:34 by the time he gets in. So let's get a little bit nearer the finish line. Here he comes.
Okay, we're still watching the walkers, but we've also been told that the first runner, Ultra, is on his way. So if you get a minute, please come over. Okay, Catherine's in the home straight. Well done, Catherine. Kathy Derek, well done to you. Woo-hoo. Keep smiling, Catherine. It's all over. You've done it.
Right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment of the Ultra. He'll be coming around that corner any second.
Here he is.
Come on, let's hear it.
Here's Paul.
6:02. He's done 54 miles.
Well done, Paul. Here he comes.
Beechy. Well done, Paul. Awesome.
Good job, Paul. Well done, buddy.
Very lovely. Thank you so much.
Well done, Paul. You all right, mate? How's it going?
I'm knackered. I'm really sweaty.
Congratulations. You really pushed it from Corfe, didn't you?
Oh, God.
It wasn't all downhill from Corfe either, was it?
No.
He snuck that in on the second lap. Oh, dear.
my God. Do you want to sit down?
It wasn't there the first time, was it, that hill?
I need to go see the family.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Just there.
Okay, well bring them over.
Okay.
We've got a bag and we've got a t-shirt.
Cool.
What time's in your watch, Paul?
Same as what was on the thing, 8:32.
8:32. Well done. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Bag, you've got water, we've got your medal, we've got a t-shirt somewhere for you. What size t-shirt are you?
It's just a large, mate, please.
A large.
Well, it doesn't feel like it after that.
What, a small?
I'll grow into it.
Yeah, you might deserve to grow into
A few
it.
beers now.
This is
Sure.
the Paul
come back?
fanfare.
Hey?
Gonna come
Well
back?
done, Paul.
Yeah, you should have a third loop in.
54 miles, what an awesome achievement there.
You'd just be getting warmed up then, wouldn't you?
Right, I'll be back in a minute. Thank you.
Yes, Paul. Good job. So that's Paul Beechy. He has just completed 54 miles, a double marathon loop, starting here in Swanage, all the way around on the coast path, out to Tyneham, inland, all the way along the ridge to Corfe Castle, down out of Corfe and all the way back along the ridge to Swanage, coming down. Oh, you can't see it, but the hill is behind those buildings there, and finishing right along the beachfront here. It's a beautiful run. It is one of the most beautiful runs in the UK, and he's done it twice today. He's just going to see his family, and then we'll try and catch another word with him in a minute. He's done a few races this year. He did Thames Path earlier on in the year and came fourth. Paul is a well-known ultra runner in the community. He's finished Spartathlon as well in 2017. So he knows what he's doing. And it's not too long before second place runner Ash comes in. So earlier on, we were at Corfe Castle. I didn't manage to get to film because the signal down there in the valley at Corfe was really bad. But I spoke to Ash and I spoke to Paul. Ash was about 5 to 10 minutes behind Paul, so we'll see how far he is behind Paul now at the finish. But it's not going to be that much different. 15 minutes at max, I would say. But probably between 5 and 10 minutes more likely. So he's probably in the last 2 miles now. He's probably coming to the bottom of the hill, and then he'll come down on the road, all the way down the road onto the seafront, and then along the seafront to the finish. We've still got Nordic runners coming in as well, or Nordic walkers rather. But when Paul's had a little freshen up, we'll try and get a word with him. Steve Turner, I think there is a medal for the 5k, yes, and a t-shirt. I'm not entirely sure, but well, I'll find out later because it starts at 6. And Paul Alley, Paul Alley says, "Go Beechy, good job, sir." Paul is a friend of Paul. Paul is a friend of Paul's. So hello, Paul Alley, mate. And Nick Onslow says that's not bad. It certainly isn't. 8.5 hours for 54 miles is a pretty decent time, especially on that terrain.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just to a recap of a little bit of what's left of today. We've still got some Nordic walking marathon walkers out there, and we've now got our first ultra back. That's Paul Beechy, and we've just got to have a little reflection of just exactly what he's done here today. It's been
yes, Mary, hello
miles,
to you.
Very hot hilly terrain. Just an awesome achievement. That's more than a gallon of petrol in my car.
So Paul is going to come and have a chat to us in a minute when he's just had a drink of water and a catch up with the family. He's going to come and say hello to us. Nick, I don't know. I don't think I'm anywhere near Basingstoke in the near future. Next races are tomorrow I'm running here, and then next week I'm in Scotland for the Ben Nevis Ultra, which I'll be running, and then the week after that, where am I the week after that? Is it Berlin Marathon the week after that? Possibly. And then next month, Lakes in a Day in the Lake District. Oh no, I've got the Green Chain Marathon in London in a couple of weeks, and then it's Berlin, and then it's Lakes in a Day, and then we've also got Guernsey 31 night race at some point. So there's a few races, but nothing near Basingstoke that I'm aware of, Nick. Over here is the lookout crew. Look up on the white plinth there. Some of the staff and a couple of other members of the public just leaning over. They can see the seafront from there. They can see the road, and they are looking for the next runner coming in, which will be Ash in, I would say, the next 5 to 10 minutes. He really wasn't very far behind Paul when we were in Corfe. So once we hear applause from there, we'll know that he's coming. And I'm going to grab Paul in a second. Oh, hello.
Hello,
Hello, who are you?
Connolly, I chatted on your live stream this morning.
Oh, right. What's your name? Sorry?
Emma.
Emma. Oh, hello there.
Let me take a picture then.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Funny.
I'm just going to interview Paul, who's just... Come here, you. No problem, Emma.
Setting a good example, Steve.
I like it. Thatchers. How are you?
I'm all right, thank
You
you.
can stand a bit further back if you like.
I don't like cameras.
Not that far back.
I've got a face made for radio.
So, right. How was that?
It was good, wonderful.
Yeah.
of course.
Have you done the marathon before?
I did the marathon in 2015. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've done it. I've done other races along the coastal path.
Was the course exactly the same as 2015?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So you remembered it?
Yeah, in bits and pieces. Yeah, a long time ago, 4 years.
What's your year been like so far? 2019. Mine's been rubbish.
Well, we spoke about it on course, didn't we, Steve?
Yes.
So, yeah, my 2019 has been very much like my. Hey.
Cheers are going up.
That's another Nordic runner coming.
famous.
Another Nordic walker.
Very much
It
like my
is.
2017. You're going to get one. Film.
It's
Yeah, I will.
Woohoo! Well done, Sarah.
Well done. So number 6
Well
comes
done.
in. 26 miles.
Great
Well
section
done.
there. Well done, everybody.
27.
Nearly 20. Yeah, well, I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. What were we saying? Your 2019.
It's been awful. DNS, one good race, and then lots of DNS.
So we've had a snap then,
So,
almost.
we have indeed.
But you did come 4th at Thames Path 100.
Third at Thames Path 100.
3rd at Thames Path
Third,
100.
absolutely,
Blimey.
Yeah, don't know where that came from, but yeah, more than pleased to get that.
What's
you guys.
what's your fitness like then? I mean, you've just done 54 miles in 8.5 hours. Now, anybody would be very, very pleased with that, especially the elevation of the course. What, 3,000 metres or so?
It's not quite 3,000 metres. I think it's about 6,000 feet. So what's that? About
2,000
metres.
2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe not as much as we first thought then. All right.
Well, according to Garmin.
Yeah, you never know, do you? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you must be pleased with that time, surely.
Oh yeah, over the moon. Yeah, definitely. It's just good to finish an ultra, irrespective of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, really pleased. Absolutely. Yeah.
And for people who don't, because you are very well known in the ultra community, but for people who don't know, just tell us a bit about what you've done in the past. Because you've done some pretty good races, haven't you?
So I suppose I've been racing for about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. So I've done a few 24-hour loop races. They were my raison d'etre
Yeah.
back in 2015, and then sort of graduated onto the longer stuff in 2017. I had a good 2017 with the Canal Slam, so second at Grand Union. I won the Kent and Avon, and what was the other one?
Liverpool Leeds, yeah.
And Spartathlon was good in 2017 as well.
So 17 then was a really great year,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
awesome.
Kent's the Canal Slam and Spartathlon. How did you do in Spartathlon?
28 hours and 20 minutes.
Not bad at
So
all.
5 PB on the
Was it a hot year?
No.
It wasn't.
It was like London.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's why I did 20 hours 20. So the boys going out this year are going to have a whole different.
Yeah.
thing
And so what have you got coming up then? You're fit, you're raring to go. You've just done 8.5 hours over 54 miles.
So in the middle of a good training block at the moment for the first time in a long time. I've got Paul Corduroy's Gloucester 24, track 24
Yeah.
in November, first weekend in November. Never finished a track 24 before, so
So you weren't invited to James Elson's track 24.
didn't apply. No.
No, I wasn't invited to that either.
Oh my God, the guy that won it, I mean, geez.
What, it's 12 hours?
12 and a half hours or something.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Mental.
For those of you that don't know, Centurion Running organised a 100-mile track race for elite runners, and the winner did it in 12 and a half hours or something crazy. 100 miles in 12 and a half hours. So,
Disgusting.
yeah, so sorry, what have you got coming up?
So yeah, I've got Paul Corduroy's Gloucester
Yes.
24. So that's
That's what you're aiming for.
Big race for the end of the year.
Okay.
And then build for Arc of Attrition next February.
Oh, yes, well, I shall be there
My
filming you
DNF.
for that. Looking forward to you racing Paul Maskell. If
No, you won't be doing it,
Is
will
he
he?
not doing it?
He'll be recovering from Albi after
Oh,
winning the
yeah.
Worlds.
Of course he will.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time, isn't it? The Worlds.
Oh yeah, it'd be good to watch that. Absolutely, yeah. Good strong team on both the ladies and the men's this year. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll do well.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much, Paul. Very, very well done today. Nice to see you out there on the course. I'm sorry we didn't get you on camera as much, but you were just too quick.
Well, you were too slow.
All right, or I was too slow. I stood at
Hey,
the top.
still quick.
You passed me, and then Ash, who's second, passed me, And I stood on the top of Tyneham waiting half an hour for third place, and eventually I thought, I've got to go or I'm going to miss you at Corfe. And I did miss you at Corfe.
Never mind.
There we are. Thanks,
time.
Paul.
I know you're live, all right, so I'm going to interject here, all right, because I've got to do this, right. As the organiser of this, and with nice work, what I want to know is, what would you say about the Purbeck Ultra to recommend it to other people to come and give it a go next year?
What would I say about the Purbeck Ultra? So, as people that know me, I love the Dorset coastline. It is probably some of the most stunning scenery in the whole of the UK. And this course takes on board all of it. It's amazing, absolutely. Yeah.
How were the aid stations for you then?
Aid stations were brilliant. The marshals couldn't do enough to help you. They were all jovial, joking around. Absolutely great. Cannot fault a single bit of the race. Organisation, the whole lot. It's just absolutely top notch. And some of those marshals are going to be out there for 13,
A long
14
time,
hours
yeah.
in the blazing sunshine today. And you know, even me, 8.5 hours, they were still smiling, joking, laughing. Absolutely brilliant.
Good stuff.
So yeah, the course is wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will be back.
Good.
So there you go. So Paul's just said he'll be back next year. So if you want to come and run either the marathon or the ultra or the 10k or the 5k, get your application in as soon as applications open on the Purbeck Marathon website, and come and join in this next year because it's absolutely gorgeous. The scenery's lovely. The weather is usually lovely as well. I can't remember a year that it's rained. Almost every year the sun is out. So, and Paul agrees.
Why, you need a sitter?
Maybe an overall result with this stuff, but that's not, you know, I would run it past it. I run it past them because they're the people who've got it. You should do.
Well, I am the overall organiser for the Purbeck Ultra, which owns the rights and does it. We've done
So you're subcontracted out?
well, yes, I have. Given these guys, so they give us some different timings for this. And you know, we need to work. Because you guys have done a lot of work. Well, it's not done with it, but it's just and this time, for the first time in many years, and that's it. And I'm not a runner. I've never been a runner. I've just been London with the organisation.
I did the marathon in 2015, and that must have been a good news.
Yep. No. Well, I didn't.
We're still waiting for Ash, who was in second place. I expected him in by now. He can't be far away. I'm guessing 5 minutes, but I said 5 minutes about 10 minutes ago. So maybe he's tired. Maybe when we were at Corfe Castle, he did ask me how far away third place was, and I said third place was a long way behind. So he may well have eased off quite a lot during this last section, which means he's a little bit further behind than I thought. So it might be my fault that he's slowed down.
Second place is on his way.
Second place is on his way. You've heard, how far away is he?
They're all clapping and cheering there. So.
There you go. So if you look on the plinth there, the staff are there on the plinth and they are clapping Ash as he comes in to the finish. So he'll be here in a couple of minutes just as he rounds the corner.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your eyes peeled for that top right-hand corner of the field, because we do believe we've got another ultra man coming in. Well, it might be a woman, I don't know. Actually, let's have a look.
No, it's definitely a man.
There's no women in it today, so it is an ultra man. First time I've been right today.
So Ash is on his way. He'll be here in 1 minute's time, crossing that line. He's just rounding the corner. And he's been in second place for the entire race as well. The top 5 have not changed for the whole 54 miles.
Okay, that clock is still ticking. It's still under 9 hours. We've got 8 hours and 52 minutes. We are looking at that top right-hand corner because we have got Ashley Scott. If our contacts are correct, going to pop out in that corner and run this further.
Here he is. Here he comes.
Looks like we can see him. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's another runner that's done 54 miles today. So let's cheer him in. And it's a bit of a hilly finish for him, poor old Ashley. But welcome back. Thank you so much for doing your ultra today.
Well done,
Ashley Scott! Well done, Ashley.
Well done, Ash. Good job, buddy.
Well done.
Get that medal. 54 miles. It's
Nice
amazing,
one.
isn't it? What the endurance of a man can do in one day. Hot, hilly, hard. Well done.
That's the most important thing, the water.
Good race.
Congratulations. Do you want to sit down?
Far too fresh, isn't it?
Shade? Or do you want... Okay, all right.
So we'll go and grab Ash for a brief chat in a second. Just give him 2 minutes to settle down. I won't give him long, don't you worry about that. Oh, he's getting his award there.
Well done.
Let's have a look at what you've got then.
Trophy.
Nice one.
Oh,
How'd you feel?
hot.
That was tough, that last little bit.
Yeah, last climb that up out of Corf, that last ridge.
I was just saying on camera, I was hoping it wasn't my fault if you'd slowed down at all, because you asked me how far behind third place was, and I said miles behind.
Yeah, well,
Did that mentally then make you think, oh, I can just relax a bit, or?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah?
But that was nice. I needed to relax.
You needed to relax. It's good.
Yeah.
Take a walk up that hill and then just
jog it in.
Yeah.
Downhill, yeah. It's
Nice.
nice route though, really nice views.
Have you done the marathon before?
No.
So this is the first time for you on this route?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was spectacular, yeah. 2 laps was a bit...
Scary?
because you know what you're in for the second time round, don't you?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the views and everything.
How was it mentally coming past here? I mean, I suppose you don't really know this finishes here, do you?
No.
But when you came to the aid station into Swanage, you knew you'd done 27 miles and you had to do all that again.
Yeah.
Was there anything in you that said, I want to just sit down and not go out again?
No, not really. But then about 10 miles into the second lap, I was thinking, this is going to be a tough lap. But, no, it was all right.
Okay, so coming in, you actually felt all right. I mean, you looked good. You spent a bit of time at the aid station just stocking up.
Replacing the water and the electrolytes. So.
But you didn't look wrecked.
No, I didn't
But
feel that. No.
second lap hotter, I imagine, was it?
Hotter, yeah.
Coming up that hill out of Tyneham.
Yeah, really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot. But it's done now.
What have you done before, Ash? What other races have you done?
So I did the Wanner back in April.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that was pretty much my first.
So the Wanner, for those that don't know, is it's a race that goes all along the Jurassic Coast Path, 83 miles.
Yeah.
You can do it in sections of 4. There's another race called the Jurassic Coast Challenge, which essentially does the Wanner in 3 days.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's 3 sections, yes. Yeah. But the Wanner is the whole thing in one go, and that's a tough race as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Going over Durdle Door and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff is
It's
hard work.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing ultras?
For the Wanner, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Which year did you say that was?
This year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right. So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
fairly new to ultra running then.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Before that, I did one of the Endurance Life.
Yes.
Yeah, I did the 33-mile one. That's similar.
Yes.
Area, yeah. So I did that one last December, and then the Wanner, and then this.
So now that you've done these 3 and you've come second in this, are you? Have you got the bug?
Yeah, so I've booked the Arc of Attrition.
Oh yeah, Paul's doing the Arc of Attrition as well, so you'll be racing him in February.
And I was watching your video a couple of days ago.
Okay, yeah.
So I recognised you straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my next. That's what I'm gearing up to now.
Well, I shall see you there. I'll be doing this again for the Arc of Attrition, so I'll see you there. Taking a year off.
Any tips for the Arc?
Have something in your legs for the last 20 miles. When you get to St Ives, if you make it to St Ives, your legs will be wrecked and you won't want to go out. But get out the door and have a little bit at least in your legs, because it's still quite, even though it's nowhere near as tough as the first bit, it's still tough. And just if you can go out and recce that bit between Pendine, Watch, Lighthouse and St Ives, that's a hard bit.
Oh, Paul's doing it as well, is he?
Yeah, so Paul Beechy, who came first today, he's doing that as well.
Has he done it before?
Yes, he DNF'd last year.
Right.
So he'll have to finish it this year. He's got a score to settle.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Great stuff. So you've got Arc of Attrition. Any other plans further than that?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Sort of as far as I'm
just building up to that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Excellent. Well, listen. What did you think of the aid stations and the kind of setup, the organisation?
It was really well marked. Really well marked. Good marshals. Yeah, and pretty good aid stations.
Yeah.
It was. It was a good event.
Good.
Really
Okay. Because then it has been kind of slightly taken over a bit by the new company.
Right.
Because it used to be run by Jason and his team for a good 7 or 8 years. And now this company, Nice Work, have taken it over. They've kind of tried to polish it up a bit. So I hope they've done a good job.
Yeah, really good.
Excellent. Ash, thank you very much. Congratulations on your second place at the Purbeck Ultra. Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Take care, buddy. See you soon. Thank you. More Nordic walkers finishing. I keep calling them Nordic runners.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think we have quite a long wait now for third place in the Ultra coming in, but we've still got Nordic walkers coming in, and the 5k starts in an hour and a half. So perhaps we'll call it a day there for a bit, and we'll come back on again in half an hour or so, and stay for the 5k. Beautiful evening light here. Late afternoon light. So that's it from the Purbeck Running Festival for the time being. We shall be back on in about an hour or so's time to see some other ultra runners finish and to see the start of the 5k. 5k starts at 6 o'clock, and I think there is quite a big gap now between the second place runner Ash and third place, who we think is going to be Charlie. Charlie Bell is in third place, but I haven't seen Charlie for quite a while, so he may have been overtaken, I don't know, but if he's still the same as it was earlier on, then it'll be him in about an hour or so's time. So that's that. See you shortly.
You right?
We are.